So I'm on the bike driving down the Western Nautical Highway along the coast, and I just thought I'd pull up to give you a bit of a look at what I'm seeing as I'm riding. I mean, I'm watching the road, of course, but I really did have to pull up to have a look at this. Have a look at this beauty. And over here are secluded beaches, right? So, there's no one down there. It's just isolated, and it's straight off the main highway. So there's a religious monument there. It looks like a Mary, but I can see right through. I'm hoping the camera can pick that up. Right through to those rocks in that crystal clear water. That's water's beautiful over there. It's crystal clear, and that bay is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go down there and just have a look at that water. But this beats White Beach by a mile. I mean, it's on the other side of Puerto Galera, and I would recommend coming here over White Beach for sure. So I'm hoping that my Polaroid, I'm just shooting the camera now through the Polaroid lenses of my glasses, and I'm hoping that highlights what I can see as I'm riding along and driving along this particular area. It's beautiful. So if you're coming down here, you definitely have to watch your step. You couldn't do it in the wet, well, it was raining, that is, but you would have to watch your step. Now down here, there are some huts. I'm not sure where they're attached to. I just see somebody walking down the beach there. It's come out of those buildings over that way. So they've got some longboats over there, some buildings. I venture to say they're hotels of some description, but those huts would be lovely to just sit in and have lunch. Now I'm going to make my way down to that water down there and see how warm that water actually is. So loads of little crabs running and scuttling around those rocks there, but the difference here between White Beach and this beach is White Beach is sand. Well, this is all polished pebble, so quite nice. Lovely. Now that water, I've just put my feet in, it's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really warm, and I really want to go for a swim. I might just do that, try and set the camera up somewhere and jump in there. I'm going to set the camera up somewhere over here. I'm going to jump in the water and give you a brief on how the water actually feels and what my experience is like. So I'm hoping to share that with you so you'll get some value and decide whether or not you'd like to come here as well. Now, the National Highway is just up there. You can see the handlebars of the motorcycle just leaning over that rail, and I walked down the steps here and over these rocks. Now, you need to be fairly able-bodied to get over those rocks. Now, the marker is the Mary statue, and you've got all this area and all this beach to yourself, and then just on the other side of the rocks, it's exactly the same thing. It's beautiful and calm, it's quite sheltered, and a real pleasure to be here. So let's give it a go. What can I say? The main highway is about 50 yards from me, just up this little hill here, and it levels off into a siding where people can stop and take in the views. Well, I've made my way down the steps and found myself into this beautiful water. Honestly, it's like bath water here. It's so clean and it's warm and it's refreshing. I've been on the motorcycle for a few hours now. I did pull into the hotel and refreshed myself, and then back out here again. And once I saw the views out here, I couldn't wait to get in. So I'm in here having a great time. And so I wanted to say my helpful tip for finding yourself somewhere, I guess, away from everybody else is go down the highway, get away from White Beach, Sabang, all of these major areas, and find somewhere like this. You know, now if you're with a partner or you're with loved ones, this is perfect, right? You could have your own little secluded beach away from everybody else, and create special moments together. So thanks for watching. I'm going for a swim. So I came down the highway down here and I noticed a sign, Viewing Deck Hotel. So I decided I'd pull up and get a Coke here. And for obvious reasons, have a look at the view out the front here. This is definitely a must-do stop. What an amazing view. Look at that view out there. That is incredible. From the jungle down there all the way out to the ocean, it's absolutely magnificent, or bay, whichever way you want to refer to it. But yeah, beautiful. They have a number of different meals here, of course. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I think it's a definite stop for anyone that wants to take in the sights and just take a bit of a break. Alright, well, as you can see, I've just pulled up the motorcycle here because I wanted to get a photograph of this beautiful field of planted rice. Have a look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It's just as far as you can see through there. I mean, it terminates at the end of the road there, but it goes way into there and around the corner. And those mountains at the back, you can see the coconut trees all through there, banana trees. Amazing. And then down here, someone's got a rake and a tarpaulin, and they've spread out some of the rice. So the rice in its, the rice kernel in its husk is in there being dried out in the sun. So once the outside husk is removed, you end up with the rice seed, which is the part, of course, that we cook. Beautiful. Look at all this rice here. It's all being stored in here. So there's obviously come out of that chute in there. So there must be some form of a machine inside there that, let me have a look if I can see inside. I hope they don't mind. Yeah, it's a whole heap of machinery that's probably separating the rice kernel, or the part we eat, from everything else. And there it is there. It's being stored there, come out of there, and away we go. What else they got down here? This is an interesting place. So I've just come off the main highway and I'm strolling along through these side alleys, and as you can see, these beautiful big banana trees. There's chickens and roosters going off everywhere. Look at all the roosters and stuff in there. There you go, we've got roosters. This is Farmville Central. Coconut trees. There's lots of coconut trees and more farms out this way. I think I've probably come far enough. I'll go back to the road to my motorcycle now. It's beautiful to just explore around these places. They're really something else to see. and get that. You get a piece of, start to feel a bit of this rural life, how quiet and fantastic it is out here. So seeing rice is one thing, but you know, stumbling across a field like this with, you know, just acres and acres and acres of greenery in this beautiful environment is really something special. And doing this trip, it is really easy. You know, if you can ride a motorcycle, a motor scooter that is, there's hardly any traffic on the road, and the roads are in excellent condition. All I did was program a couple of the key locations like White Beach, waterfalls, restaurants, that type of thing into my Google Maps, and then, you know, I let Google Maps take me. And as I was getting there, of course, I'm coming across picturesque views like this, and it is surreal. It is really quiet. It's so beautiful, and it's not that hot at the moment. I know the sun looks quite bright, but it's cool in here. It's certainly something that if you come to this location, you need to do something like this. Now, this is pretty much inaccessible if you can't ride a motorcycle. Well, you'd have to hire a tuk-tuk, and it'd cost you a lot of money to hire a tuk-tuk and drive around like this all day. But for me, it's cost me 500 pesos to have the motorcycle, and I just fueled it up, and it cost me a couple of hundred pesos to fuel it up. So I've been driving all day. So it's been great, absolutely great. So I'm headed off to my next waterfall now, and we'll see what unfolds when I'm there.